This is part 2 of the battle. As we've just seen, my cavalry have completely eliminated Ogre player. So now we're looking at my Testudo cohorts. I had to actually re-record this commentary because Movie Maker wasn't being cooperative. So now they're about to break down the wall. They're batting right now. What I would have done if I had been noobs at war, or noob of war, I would have broken down as many things as I could, because that's the #1 way to kill people in the fort. You have to break down all these walls and spread their troops thin, you know what I mean? So, that cavalry unit right there, that's back there, we're just gathering up for a strike. They're kind of tired after chasing down the rest of the enemy's army. We're continuing in Testudo formation because they're still shooting a lot of arrows at us. Right now, the chosen swordsmen are coming right down through the wall. And my guys are still in Testudo, but they're about to go out in 1 second. I have these troops in the back coming up to help support. And that's 1 legionary cohort and 2 urbans. The guys in the middle, they're just staying there. I think he's going to send a warband in later. He probably should have broken down that wall on the left that just went off the screen. That would have helped a little bit. These troops are resting right here. They're actually tired. They need to get like warmed up or fresh before they attack. And my artillery, as you can see right here, just got wiped off the face of the earth. And yeah, they completely shot us to pieces right there. That's my archer auxiliary on the ground. They just shot us to pieces. They had like 7 archers, and we had like 1. On high money battles, you don't really need archers. With the upgrades, they're not too effective unless they're killing other archers with like no upgrades on them. So 1-on-1, these chosen swordsmen are gonna lose against my urban cohorts. My urban cohorts are upgraded because I had 15,000 more dollars than they did, but it was 2-on-1, and they're not upgraded at all. Noobs didn't put any upgrades on his troops because he spent all 15,000 on chosen swordsmen and all these Forester warbands. And he put some cavalry on the left, I guess, to stop a flanking attack or something. These warband troops are just sitting there. They're not that good spear units. They're kind of like wannabe pikemen guys. Someone told me that the spears were actually good against cavalry, but they're not. They're pretty much light infantry. It doesn't say spearmen anywhere. And they're getting owned there. Now they're starting to run. That's his first wave. He's gonna send in his second wave soon. My cavalry in the way back that you just saw should be coming around soon. And there's all these arrows flying at us. And surprisingly, those 2 guys behind the cohort in loose formation are actually fine. So those arrows flying are cool. And doesn't that guy look like a wannabe berserker? And look at that guy over there. He's looking at his tent. He's like, that's my tent. They better not get any arrow holes in it. It looks like they're kind of pushing my men back on the left side, but I wouldn't worry too much. Urban cohorts could take like 300 waves of those guys. My cavalry in the back are now fully rested. I'm going to put them into action soon. Now, this side of the map, I really didn't watch too much because he was kind of a noob a little bit. He wasn't really keen on attacking. The other player was actually pretty experienced and wanted to be Germania, but I want to have a 2 versus 2 battle on this. Oh, I mean a 1 versus 2. 2 Gauls versus me. As you can see here, they've completely started routing and they are not getting out of our fort. There's the last guy about to die, and there goes. So, let's see. There's my cavalry weaving around the left side here. And I have a cavalry unit way over there that chased down the last archers down that hill over there. There's a map I made, as I said probably previously. And I call this Italian Alps because it's kind of mountainy, and these guys are just walking because they're tired. I actually don't use them in the battle, the rest of the battle, but I keep these units in here. I'm kind of tapping to my opponent about the mistakes his ally made, and I'm leaving my cavalry around. I wasn't trying to distract him, but I guess I distracted him enough not to like see my cavalry coming around. Now he's pulling in his guys. My guys are still in Testudo because they're still shooting arrows at us. He's bringing his second wave of chosen swordsmen. He kind of saw what happened to his ally and doesn't want to bring all his troops to their tiny little bottleneck. So I have these Praetorian cohort cavalry that are charging right at their chosen warlord. They're facing the other way. He probably just clicked back to keep them back from the fort because of shooting fireballs at them earlier. And we just slammed right into them. They completely get obliterated. There's only like one guy, and then the general.
The enemy general flees. Press forward so the spirit.
He was kind of surrounded by Praetorians.
Great gods be praised.
He was
the enemy general is killed.
Now I saw these archers shooting at me, so I'm thinking, hey, let's charge in. You're about to see. Oh, I got surprised by this. Look, boom. Whole another unit appears. So he charges us with spears, and I got a little worried about my cavalry here, because he has all these archers in, and he's bringing his barbarian or whatever cavalry. Probably should have bought the other ones in, and then I'm like, where my guys are gonna die? But then this last unit of cavalry comes and hits him in the rear. There goes the major threat of the. There goes the actual little bit of the threat of the cavalry there, and all of a sudden they just all start routing. Like Destroyer in the first battle, if you're gonna commit your cavalry to something like that, send all of them. That might have made a difference, I'm not sure. And then look at all those bodies. Barely in him, I guess. So, just like what happened to the other player earlier in the battle, his men are kind of bottlenecked in there. What I think is cheap is when someone chooses the Greeks or whatever and just camps from there and the phalanx and can't get around it. Right now my cavalry are hunting down these troops. There's like 76 in some units and whatever. And there's a lot of them. They could come back from routing, so we're just gonna make sure that doesn't happen. And in the second year I'll be satisfied that there's too big a number to come back. I will go turn my troops the other way. Right about now. And those are my guys. There's the Juliet Rebels. So, this was a really good battle I played. I wasn't too shocked that I won because I had urbans and stuff. But it was pretty cool to win a 2-on-1 on a fort. If I was attacking, I would have gotten owned. Look right here, these guys popped out of the ground again. That was pretty cool. So I think all he has left is this warband right here. And here come my cavalry. See, those guys just saw them and they started routing. There's this last unit, I guess, trying to protect from a cavalry assault. But what he doesn't see is I have other cavalry coming in here. Hit those guys in the rear, it's an immediate rout. And that's just pretty much the battle. We got about a minute left, 51 seconds or whatever. He has the warband, which just routed, and then the archers. But my cavalry's charging in on the archers. So, I mean, Force and warband are cool because they have those spear things. But, they'll get crushed by Praetorian cavalry. So, skirmish mode's kind of annoying sometimes. If your cavalry are like exhausted and they're chasing after winded troops or whatever, they'll take a while to catch up. But these guys, we caught up to them, and that'll be clear victory.
Destroyed! Your victory is complete!
So this is a very good battle. Good game to my opponents. I got 2,700 kills practically. I lost about 400 troops. Thanks.